Listen to that rain, Smokey. Really storming out there. We got a good movie if you've got a storm going on. I like watching movies when it's stormy. It's rainy out. Maybe you just want to have the television light only lighting you up. Maybe a candle or something like that. Of course, some popcorn. Dr. Blood's Coffin. Yeah, believe it or not, that's the name. Actually, that's the name of the main characters in this film. Dr. Blood, Peter Blood. Yeah. 1961. Here we're looking at a really fun movie. Now, I've been reading some people have kind of trashed this film a little bit. I disagree with them. There are moments where it gets a little bit dull, but it's got some great moments as well. This is a film that, well, is one of those mad scientist movies, you know. Guy's got this great idea how to, what, make us live a better life. You know, be healthy, keep young forever. Reminds me of the Atom Age vampire. Remember that one? Well, in this one here, he's got this great serum of some kind, and he starts, well, his mentor out in Europe where he's studying doesn't like him to experiment on human beings. You've heard this before. So he quits school and hightails it back to his daddy, who's played by Ian Hunter. You might remember Ian Hunter. He played Richard the Lionheart in the Robin Hood, the Errol Flynn version. But he goes back to daddy and, well, keeps up with his experiments. And they're pretty ghastly experiments, if you will. The film was shot by a couple of interesting guys. Stephen Dade was the primary cinematographer on this film. He also shot The Vulture and City Under the Sea. But one of the other camera operators on this film was none other than, well, Nicholas Roeg. Nick Roeg at this time. Nicholas Roeg is later going to go on and become the cinematographer on, oh, The Mask of Red Death for Roger Corman. And likewise, he's going to become a director in his own right, making some very interesting films, particularly in his early days. Walkabout is a really nice Aboriginal film. Likewise, Man Who Fell to Earth, one of the great David Bowie films. And what was Don't Look Now? Another fun movie. Working in the horror genre, Nicholas Roeg. The film here we're seeing is directed by Sidney Furie. And not basically known for shooting films like this. He shot Appaloosa and the Ipcris File. This is one of his lone horror entries. So he did do Snake Woman. Nice title, Snake Woman. I'd like to make a movie myself and just call it Snake Woman. Might not have anything to do with it, but Snake Woman. Something about that. The film stars this guy named Kieran Moore. If you remember Day of the Triffids, okay, he's in that. Likewise, Crack in the World. That used to be one of my favorite science fiction films. He played the rival scientist. Not really a rival scientist. He's sort of the mentor friend of Dana Andrews, who's married to a younger, who has a younger wife. And this Karen Moore is sort of the love interest in this with that wife. And it's got going some nice Crack in the World stuff. I like that. It also has Hazel Court. If you remember Premature Burial, The Raven, and Mask of Red Death, that's Hazel Court. She's pretty good in this. She plays the nurse to the Blood family. Okay. Well, I think you're going to enjoy this film. I had a fun time with it. It didn't knock me silly. It didn't need my mallet. Okay. Maybe just to wake up a couple times here and there. What I'd say is maybe you want to set the lights down low while you watch this film and just kind of relax. You know, sometimes when you get a film like this, you know, one of the best ways to watch these films is just stare. I think I've covered this before, but just don't blink. Just stare. After a while, staring long enough, you might even see the frame lines at the 24 frames per second. You might see some of the scratches in the emulsion. It's kind of fun to see some of the scratches. Some of them are pretty entertaining. That's what I do. If a film bores me, watch for scratches in the emulsion. Well, I hear voices calling. I hear the storm is rumbling. Better do something here quick before we lose the power. That's kind of spooky. I hope you don't lose the power while you're watching this. Dr. Blood's coffin. Roll 'em, Smokey.